I never went to see the Black Panther, and I will never see the Black Panther, even if it's offered in my living room for free, because it's based on fiction. I don't do fiction. My people's history has been rubbished and erased and lied about so much. I don't have time to fit historical fiction in my life, because the Black Panther is a real story that has to be told. Again, a matriarchy, Saronia. That was the title. Like, you have the Kendake Queens. All these people are in my book, by the way. So she fought a bitter war, and I say she, even if different Saronias were coming on, because Arabs came in 476, the white people were 1400 onwards. But they could not Islamize them. So they say, the Arabs tell them, oh no, you will take Niger, but those villages ruled by Saronia, you will not take them. The French say, oh, this is our born. We will see. I like what they say. We will see between their God and our God who is powerful. Today we say it's the same God because we are confused, because we hold on so much to Christianity, we don't want to let go. It's painful to realize it's a false doctrine. That's what the French say. They amass, reinforce, they go to war. Cut a long story short, they defeat Abantu Baka Saronia. I don't know why it's running away from me what they were called. Right now, I'm forgetting it. They defeat them. They're going to behead her. So they strip her naked. That's what they all did with her people. It's the same thing they did to Sarah Partman, because it's first point of humiliation. They strip her naked, they chain her, they call all her people to a square, because that's how we built pre-colonially. Things basically called ebandla. And that's why I'm in job. That's how you resolve problems. So they call them to the village square. They are going to show them that njengoba nje ningafuni ukuconverta to Christianity, ningafuni ucolonizwa, lento enibambileyo ayikho African spirituality is a boy compared to Jesus. So we are going to behead your queen in front of you. So bayamletha again naked. The people can't look bajonga pants. That's their queen, naked in chains. Village square. She says to them, if you claim you are as civilized as you claim than us, and you're going to behead me, and it is your law. It is in our law, before sisendens umuntu, to ask them, is there anything you want to say? Are you going to ask me? But what do you want to say? Ati, allow me just one grace. Ndivumeleni ndiye pha endumbeni, where I speak with my ancestors for the last time. They allow her. She goes in there. Time passes. It's leading up to an hour. Everyone is like they are seized onto the square. They can't move, but they're restless, especially the French, because they want to get it over with. Before the hour passed, those doors flung open. What came out was a Black Panther. Christianity tells you today that shape-shifting is evil. I want to shape-shift. Because if I can shape-shift, I will liberate a lot of my people. She shape-shifted into a panther. The bottom line is they couldn't kill her, they couldn't behead her, and she left an even greater testimony to her people that it is not true that African spirituality is subjected or smaller than Christianity. And they had to give her a guard of honor as that panthers merrily rode through the crowds and disappeared into the forest.
So this video is presently going viral on TikTok, and a good number of people have reposted it as well, and it has garnered mixed reviews from people here on the continent and those in the diaspora. The Black Panther movie is a very popular movie that a lot of us hold dear, and I believe we take pride in. We get to have our own Black superhero. We love how we're portrayed in the movie, and we get to have our Wakanda, and we're doing exceptionally well. And having all of this in a movie is really something that we look forward to, and it gave us this hope that this is something that we can get as well in real life, right? But then this woman just shared history that I'm sure a good number of us have never heard of. Before now, when I think about Black Panther, all I think about is that it's a movie, it's just fiction, right? But apparently that may not be the case, as the Black Panther story is historical and a lot deeper than we know it. So I came by this comment thread where this person commented saying it's just a movie based on comic books, it's not that deep. And the creator who reposted this video responded saying, until you know how he got most of the stories from Baba Credo Mutwa. And someone else responded saying, even in his death, they still exploit him. I will never forgive what they did and continue to do. Now this piques my interest because I did not know who Baba Credo Mutwa is, so I decided to look him up. Vusamazulu Credo Mutwa was born on the 21st of July 1921 and he died on the 25th of March 2020. He was a Zulu Sangoma, which is a traditional healer from South Africa. He was known as an author of books that draw upon African mythology, traditional Zulu folklore, extraterrestrial encounters, and his own personal encounters. His last work was a graphic novel called the Tree of Life Trilogy, based on his writings of his most famous book, Indaba My Children. In 2018, he was honored with an Usiba Award presented by the South African Department of Arts and Culture for his work in indigenous wisdom. While a traditional healer, he was more than a Sangoma or Nyanga. Africa's Living Library was the highest-ranking Sanusi, custodian of the ancient records and bearer of the continent's history, through a long lineage of oral tradition of high priesthood. It required supreme lion-hearted courage to break the blood oath which bound him to secrecy, the so-called Code of Silence, and hand over his knowledge to the world. This he did because he knew this ancient wisdom was vitally important for humanity's survival. I'm sharing this little information in this video because I want to introduce him to you guys as well, but because I do not want this video too long, that's all I'm going to be incorporating into this video. But of course, if you are interested in knowing more about him, you can go look him up yourself. The thing is, the only way to combat issues like this, when we constantly talk about how they are telling our stories and how they are not telling it how it is and how they are watering whatever down and changing situations and just, making it into whatever they want to make it into, I believe the only way to combat these issues is when we finally decide to start telling our stories. Look at The Woman King, for example. There was a lot of debate as well about that movie when it came out, how it's not historically accurate, how whatever was romanticized, how, they downplayed how, serious the situation was. And, a lot of debate about it. But then when you look at who wrote the movie, it's a white woman that wrote the movie. So we are not telling our stories, and all we can do is complain when they tell it, right? So we have got to start telling our stories. When we don't tell our stories, that's what we get. It's the plain truth, right? The Black Panther movie as we know it is what it is. That is never going to change. But about the real historical Black Panther as she shared in this video, what are we going to do now about these real historical events that took place, that happened, that we should tell? I cannot be an African child and I'm hearing from TikTok history that I'm supposed to be hearing from school. So that's first of all messed up. So what are we going to do about making sure we tell these stories, we pass this historical, this history down from generation to generation? What are we doing about how we record them in the media and how we tell them to our people worldwide, right? What are we doing about that? Because now that falls on our shoulders. They won't tell our history the way we want these histories to be told. So there is a lot of work we obviously need to start doing. There are many stories that are yet to be told. Many stories that are yet to be told. They are not being told in schools. They are not being told in the media, via movies, right? They are not being told. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day and I was telling him that if I had the means, one department I would like to really go into is media, because I feel like as a people, we are greatly sleeping on the power of the media. Right? We are not exactly using the media to its full potentials. We are greatly sleeping on it, like I said earlier. The power of the media is just out there. Anybody can literally harness it if you want to. If we can harness, or if we choose to harness the power of the media like they do, but unlike them, use it positively, right? The things we could accomplish, the things we could do. Oh, I'm just going to leave it there. I want to end this video on this comment by this beautiful African American sister who's actually my mutual on TikTok. She goes by the name Nefertiti Het Heru Oshun. She said the conviction of her emotions was moving. This is how much we should love us. This is how much honor we should have for our people. For me, this sums it all up. While there are people out there that have seen this video and said it's not that deep, she should relax, people that gets the message. And guys, yeah, that's it. I've come to the end of this video. I just want to share this little situation that was going on TikTok with you guys. I cannot wait to read your own opinions in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys down below in the comment section. YouTube has been messing up with me lately. I hope they keep this comment section on, guys, because I don't know what's going on. The last 2 comment sections, they turned it off. Like, it's crazy. The one I posted yesterday, the video I posted yesterday, they made it for kids. And that video is not even for kids. Like, kids should not even be watching that video. It's crazy. Anyways, guys, I hope we've all had a lovely weekend thus far. We learn every day, and today we've learned a new history. Hopefully, fingers crossed, YouTube will let us meet down below in the comment section. Bye!